Slogans Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Bro Country, the virus edition, aka the Pandy Pods,
AKA Two Guys, One Couch,
aka Two Jews, No Harm, Killabrews,
AKA Two Boys, No Noise,
aka Two Brothers, Two Black Shirts. What are we doing?
So
what is happening right now? This bothers us
the fact
to
that
no
we're
end.
dressed so similarly, we
Oh my
can't
God.
impart to you enough how mad it makes us.
Like we didn't check with each other.
This is the physical manifestation of a failure to communicate.
This is Can we blame? We can blame COVID-19, but
we don't like to look alike, even
don't.
though we are twins.
Even though we physically look alike, we don't want to dress alike and enhance it. This is just stupid. We hate it.
For those of you who are just listening to this podcast, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube page so you can see what the fudge we're talking about.
I am wearing a black t-shirt and Jason is wearing a black t-shirt.
And shorts. We're both wearing shorts. So it looks like we're stagehands for a summer camp black box theater production
of
Mum and Shants.
Or the temp. Like, don't mind us. We're just walking through here in comfortable clothes, moving furniture, striking things.
We're supposed to be ignored. That's what we look. The fact that Randy has a green hat is the only
thing that's
saving grace.
One time in the early 2000s, we had just moved to Los Angeles and we were at a party out on the west side at our friend Amanda's parents' place in the Pacific Palisades. And we showed up and we were both wearing almost the exact same shirt. And it was so bothersome to us. Like for 10 minutes, we just stood there like, well, what are we going to do? One of us either has to leave the party
or die.
So I made you go to Amanda's dad's t-shirt drawer. And
why did I have
I don't
to
know.
change?
And you pulled out like a Calvin and Hobbes
I remember this.
Buffalo Bills. This was like memorabilia that was sent down to Honduras. Like
when a team doesn't win the
so
Super Bowl.
all this championship gear gets made for a team, for both teams right before the Super Bowl, so that when they win, you put on the championship hat. And it's like, how do they make it so fast? No, they made it ahead of time. But then all the championship gear for the team that loses then goes down to like some third world country.
So there are whole swaths of Honduras that think the Bills were the greatest football team in the 1990s.
Right. They have four rings. No, that's not what happened. And so, Jay, you wore like a Calvin and Hobbes, like Buffalo Bills greatest team in the 90s shirt. I whatever. It was terrible.
It was awful. And we feel
We're
that same pit in our
apologizing
stomach
to you right now.
I'm sorry. This is not. This is our fault. We don't know if we can recover from it, but we're going to have to try because we have stuff to talk about as we do every day, and we're coming out of the gates on all cylinders,
firing on all cylinders on a story that we will just call stupidity gone corporate. From an unlikely place, too, by the way, Jay.
Yes.
Lululemon is at the center of a PR nightmare. Who has time to get into PR nightmares right now?
Unless you're injecting people with COVID-19, you probably shouldn't have a PR nightmare
Stay
in this
out of
moment.
the limelight. Shouldn't Lululemon be busy, like
taking money away from small businesses?
Taking government money because they're a chain? All right.
Doing what all the other big corporate chains are doing right now, taking money away from mom and pop
One
businesses
store
that need it.
non-chains. No, Lululemon, a company that makes yoga pants and clothing for people who work out, is under fire for an insensitive T-shirt design that they made.
So they made a shirt.
A bat fried rice shirt.
Did they make the shirt or did...
We're going to get into it, Jay. I don't know why, but to me, yoga seems like a thoughtful... And I've done it. No, I know.
I don't know why yoga seems like a thoughtful...
It's a thoughtful, mindful practice that takes into account the world and people's attitudes and feelings around you.
Absolutely.
So this feels especially grotesque, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like if someone did this at Ed Hardy, they'd be promoted.
Or Affliction.
Affliction, if Jeff Lowe's Affliction t-shirt had somebody, they'd be promoted to Trump's cabinet.
But Lululemon?
This feels extremely egregious, Jay.
It does.
The only person associated with yoga who is an absolute monster, a rapist, and an asshole should be Bikram.
Bikram is an asshole.
That's it.
Bikram's interview with Andrea Kramer, go back. I highly recommend going back and watching it.
The man whose name is a type of yoga that he stole from his master in India. Let's get that straight.
Yeah, he's a thief and a loser.
And he sexually harasses less powerful women at his own seminars. He's
If
the only one who should
if I saw him, I'm not a violent person. I'd kick him.
Yeah, I'd kick
him in the back hard.
Too. I'd pull out.
I'd shake his hand and I'd say, "Thank you, sir, all you do." And as he's walking away,
just kick him. Lululemon, the athletic wear company, has issued an apology
Oh.
after its art director shared a post of a bat fried rice shirt design that was criticized as being racist. Is it racist? See, this I don't really
Did
understand.
she share? Was it a design?
Just wait. It's insensitive. I don't know if it's racist. It's insensitive. It maybe puts out information that contributes to a negative and false views, but racist, I'm not sure if it goes that far. It's definitely not the waters that Lululemon wants to be swimming in right now.
Not at all.
You don't want Alex Jones to now be repping you and slipping his fat sausage legs into Lululemon
Rush
yoga pants.
Limbaugh.
Nobody has ever thought of Lululemon as being your place for political commentary yet. Here we go. Trevor Fleming, global art director at Lululemon, shared a link on Sunday via Instagram. Why are you sharing this link on
Do
Instagram?
not share it on your
This
Instagram.
is internal business. Don't do it.
If it was in a text. If it was in a text.
To the shirt design first posted by California artist Jess Sluder, according to USA Today. The shirt highlighted a Chinese takeout food box decorated with bat wings and said, "No thank you," written on the back. The shirt was titled Bat Fried Rice.
Okay.
And was available for purchase for $60 before it was taken down. $60 for that piece of shit? That may be the most offensive thing in the whole story.
Wait, so you're telling me that this shirt was on the Lululemon website?
Look,
Or was it on another website?
he was trying, I think it was going to be maybe a Lululemon shirt.
If it's okay.
I don't know.
This is an important distinction we need to make.
But I'm not sure. It's not said. The story didn't tell whether or not he was trying to make it a Lululemon
So
design.
he doesn't work for Lululemon.
The other artist.
This woman is the global.
No, the Trevor Fleming is not a woman.
Well, I'm making.
I say why not go full Limbaugh if you're there. Lululemon, call it flied lice. At Lululemon, our culture and values are core to who we are. This is their apology. And we take matters like this extremely seriously. Lululemon spokeswoman Erin Hankinson said in a statement to USA Today, "We apologize that an employee was affiliated with promoting an offensive t-shirt." So maybe it was just the art director promoting this t-shirt on Instagram.
Which, okay, now you're going a little too far. I know you're catching flack for it. Now you're just responding to the flack.
Right.
I don't think that on their own they would have been like,
inappropriate and inexcusable. We do not tolerate this behavior. That's a great plan. Find the cause of the problem, root it out so that it doesn't infect the rest of the company. This is a wonderful. Why didn't we do this with COVID-19? How did this guy think that this would be cool with us?
I don't know that he works for them, Rand. That's the thing. I think he's just a random dude. I think
No. Sluder didn't think it was, but Trevor Fleming, how did he think they'd be cool with him?
That person has to realize, and this is the question. Did he put it on like a company Lululemon page?
We don't know.
I think it's not, because look,
If it's his own page,
and
now's not the time to be doing that stuff.
but now isn't the time to be making that joke.
By the way, you could send that in a text chain to your friends who would understand, and they'd be like, "Come on, Trevor."
Or like, all right, that's a good one. I like it. But don't post it on social media. Why do you have to post it on Are you chasing likes?
Okay.
Are you trying to get people on board with your weird politics?
So the bat t-shirt wasn't even the worst of the t-shirt ideas that Sluder came up with. Now, we here at Sklar Country, the Virus Edition, have gotten our hands on a number of other t-shirt designs from a Sluder brainstorming session.
Okay, and these are
we warn you, they're not good.
Okay.
A t-shirt that says "Made in the Lab" on front, just like coronavirus on the back.
Okay.
in
So
China.
we don't know if coronavirus was created
Made
in a lab, but
this shirt
here's
is
a
going
t-shirt
to
to promote that possibility.
Again, these were just coming from the brainstorming session. I don't know.
T-shirts are the guy who-
I don't know if they'll be made into t-shirts. This is just part of the brainstorming.
And we don't know
session.
if they're going to be available at a Lululemon near you, but just heads up.
How about a t-shirt that reads "Wet Marketing" with a circle around it and a line drawn right through it?
I like it.
How about "Wuhan got you all infected" with a W from the Wu-Tang
Wu-Tang
Clan?
Clan.
That's not. How about
I guarantee you that shirt's in the works somewhere.
"Workout Fever"? Catch it. I mean, you can't put that. You can't do that.
Lululemon you could do that, but
How about
that's veiled just enough, maybe.
a shirt with this on the front? The trouble with the Chinese virus is that after you get it, 2 hours later, you want to get it again. You can't do that.
You cannot make that shirt. If you're Lululemon,
These are,
especially,
again,
even if you're just a guy.
Unused
Lululemon anti-China t-shirt slogans. Got it.
The company emphasized that the shirt is not a product from Lululemon and cut ties with Fleming after the incident. They could have slapped him on the wrist.
With Fleming.
They could have slapped him on the wrist.
That's not even the guy who designed the shirt.
That's right. He just promoted it on his...
He promoted it.
But we don't know if he promoted it on the Lululemon website. We acted immediately, and the person involved is no longer an employee at Lululemon.
Wow. So to have your job, even through at a retail business, to not lose your job because of the COVID-19 virus, to still have a job and then lose it because of an Instagram post.
That to me is like
Dummy.
It's like the old Chris Rock bit about how Nelson Mandela stayed with his wife all throughout jail and then came out and then
needed a divorce.
The outrage from fans and users on social media comes as social media has struggled to counter coronavirus misinformation. So wait, maybe he did do it on the Lululemon page.
I think so.
Because how would they know? There wouldn't be fans of this art director, Trevor Fleming.
No.
Bat soup as a common false narrative shared throughout the internet. I can't believe Lululemon hasn't come out with a yoga pant that on the butt says 5G networks are causing the spread of the virus.
They might. If you're
spread them just like 5G cell phone towers are spreading corona. That could be on the butt of a
terrible. No.
Other outrages about the shirt stem from more somber anecdotes, such as several reports citing Asian Americans being attacked. I agree with this.
Yeah.
Lululemon does not want to be associated with any of this type of scapegoating or the chastising of any group other than obese people who can't fit into their clothing.
Thank you.
They're an equal opportunity oppressor. They don't care what race, what sex
if you are overweight, you will
feel
shamed.
bad. That's right.
You will feel shamed when you walk into one of their stores.
They are proud to say that people of every race or sexual orientation feel bad if they can't fit into our clothes.
Right.
One user tweeted in regards to the shirt. So this definitely was on the Lululemon Instagram.
Site. That was the mistake.
There have been 100 plus daily attacks on Asian Americans since the start of COVID-19. To see people adding to the hurt and racism hurts my heart. Out.
Absolutely.
Lululemon responded to the customer on Instagram saying, "We take matters." So he did do it on their Instagram.
Dummy. Put it on your own dummy.
You get fired.
12 followers.
And have no tolerance for cultural insensitivity or discrimination. I like that Lululemon is responding to individual people. That's good.
And they're not denying that they didn't do it. That's another thing that I feel like happens a lot of times.
They're handling it appropriately.
They're saying, look, we made a mistake. They're taking it on themselves.
Did nobody see Fleming make an off-color remark at the Lululemon Christmas yoga party? Like you know what I mean? Like he didn't just look at Beth in Human Resources and said, "I'd like to chat her Ranga." You know what I mean? No one heard him say that and didn't see this coming. If chatting her is Ranga, I don't want to be Rita.
No. Look, this guy made a bad choice. I think this guy.
Even if you think that bat soup caused the whole thing, don't put it on the corporate Instagram.
Yeah, especially if you're not really speaking for corporate.
That's right.
Like you shouldn't have if you're a loose cannon and we're not sure about you, you shouldn't have access to the Lululemon Instagram.
You need a group of friends who you can text the stuff to so that they can be like, dude, don't ever put this out anywhere. And you should have those friends.
Like, should I put this on the Lululemon Instagram?
And I was like, no,
don't.
No. You can do it if you want to get your job taken away from you. I can't believe we're talking about Lululemon. This is an all close opening segment.
It's what's weird about it to me is that this guy had enough rope to make a choice like that.
Yep.
Never again for this dude. No. He's going to have to start working for Fox News. That's all he's going to be in wardrobe.
He might get job offers. Like I said, he might get job offers. So there you go. All right. That is the first segment down. We got a little voicemail from our friends over at Mega. If you're not listening to the Mega podcast.
Ooh, that podcast is so funny.
Improvised podcast about a mega church. That's all I need to say by some of the greatest improvisers out there and alive today. They left us a voicemail. We'll go to this voicemail and then play a little music from our friends, the band Detroit from Minneapolis. No longer in service, Detroit, but they were amazing when they lasted. And then we'll come back on the other side with some more stuff. This is Sklar Country, the Virus Edition. Enjoy.
Hi, fellas.
Hey, what's up, Sklar Bros?
So we here at Mega the Podcast are always going to put things through a mega church filter.
Yeah, and if you think about it, this pandemic, it's like one of the plagues that the Israelites went through in Egypt.
And we have plagues all the time nowadays. Like CNN is like a plague of frogs raining down from the sky.
Not spanking your kids is like a plague of darkness.
Hillary Clinton is like a plague of locusts.
She comes back every 7 years.
But after the plagues came the promised land.
Which for us is going to be going to the movies and getting our hair cut.
So keep the faith out there. God has a plan.
In the meantime, tune in to Mega the Podcast. We've got a new episode every single Sunday. God bless.
You gotta let the jello set. Come on.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. A lot of people asking us about the band Detroit. We're going to talk to the guy who managed them and see if we can get to the band and see if they can put that album up somewhere where people can get a hold of it, either on iTunes or on SoundCloud.
We'll figure that out and we'll get that information to you and put that up on our stuff. Again, thank you for following us on Instagram. We're at Sklar Brothers. If you don't follow us, lots of good fun clips there. And then the YouTube page. Enjoy that. All right. Listen, we knew it would just be a matter of time before regional racetrack owners would reopen the petri dish of stupidity that is a regional racetrack, despite government orders of saying don't do that.
Look, dummies, like, just
nobody wants venues open more than we do. That's like a huge part of our business.
This is all that we do. We're begging for it to start, but even we know
that we should, even we knew that when we were in Madison, Wisconsin, and we did the show on Thursday night, it sold out. Then the next two shows were potentially sold out on Friday. And we're saying to ourselves, we can't be the reason that this spreads. We can't have this. You just can't do it. There's something on your conscience that says, yeah, we should go through this and make the rest of our money this weekend. But we're like, we can't.
Look,
it would be irresponsible to do that.
So this owner, this dummy of a Northeast Ohio racetrack, said he has to open reopen this year, or his state's
corona restrictions will drive him out of business. Drive him out. I mean, that's kind of a nice pun.
Yeah,
that is a nice pun.
Yes.
Yeah, I got to give him credit.
I'm not going to be mad at him for the pun.
Driving him out of business.
3 left turns.
So he's so mad that he still took the opportunity to make that driving punt.
Yes. All right. But it doesn't surprise me that it's motorsports.
Summit Motorsports Park owner Bill Bader Jr. Bill Hader Jr.?
Bill Bader.
Vowed.
Harrison Bader.
Bill Bader Jr. is fantastic on the HBO show Harry.
Yeah.
Vowed to start holding events with or without government permission. A Facebook Live post said earlier, Good. Put it on Facebook so we know where to get you.
Yeah, we know how to find you, dummy.
Protests started popping up all over the United States. Stay home, protesters. You're only getting yourself sick, or go out. You guys can get sick. That's fine. You guys can get sick and die. Gone. You're gone. If you need to go to a regional racetrack right now and watch people race cars, you're gone.
We'll lose you. It's okay. It's fine. It's
you had a good life. You went out doing something you loved.
Something stupid.
I'm not asking, I'm opening, he said in the video. Way to talk tough, buddy. Because you know who likes the tough talk and who's going to back down from the tough talk? A virus. A virus gets very scared when you start talking tough on Facebook Live.
I love how people are like treating this like, oh, this is a plot to get you to lose your bit. It's not. It's not a plot. Why don't you take as much time as you can, all the time in the Facebook Live posts that you're putting out there, and look into getting like forgivable loans and all the things that can help you.
Or put your races online. If people have to have them so much, they'll watch them online. You might be able to do that if everyone gets tested. If in Huron County, for example, we're able to save every life and ultimately mitigate any outbreaks of COVID-19. But in the process of that, we all starve to death. What have we accomplished? You saved everyone's life. You won't
starve to death. Let's start there.
You have money. You could sell your
racetrack. You do own a racetrack.
Sell that property and they could put condos up there and then you're fine.
You do own a racetrack. We're just going to say that. You're not broke.
So what you're saying is you making money is worth more than human life. Let's turn that around.
Let's be clear about what you're fighting for right now.
You're asking people to put your stupid, useless business in front of human life. That's what you're doing right now.
So who benefits from him opening the track? The drivers, yes. Okay, fine.
Some concession workers and gate workers, a few. I'm sure you're underpaying them. So yeah.
But the fans can wait.
Yeah.
If fans can wait for the NBA to come back, fans can wait for a regional racetrack to come back.
I said it. Drive without fans. There you go. They can buy a ticket and watch it online if they have to have their regional racetrack racing right now. Right?
How many cases in Ohio right now?
At the time when this story came out, 8,400 corona cases, 407 deaths. That was a little while ago. I'm sure that's double or tripled by this point, according to Johns Hopkins University. Governor Mike DeWine, one of the 7 Midwestern. I like Mike DeWine. He's meeting with the other regional governors to say, hey, let's do this the smart way. In an interview with HLN's Robin Meade on Friday, Bader said he can safely hold events now and maintain social distancing between spectators. How are you going to do that? You're going to put social distancing. The amount of
people, let 40 people into the track.
The amount of people you're going to have to pay to make sure that people stay apart means you're going to lose more money than if you didn't open the racetrack in the first place. How are you going to do that? He said the grandstands in Norwalk, Ohio can hold up to 30,000 people for drag races, and he's looking to hold similar events with crowds of about 6,000 fans, which still is his division. But by the way, his division is wrong. You should only have 5,000 fans because 30 divided by 6 is 5 if you're keeping them 6 feet apart.
Right. Or like, how are you going to keep people apart when they have to go to the bathroom?
Exactly.
How are you going to keep people 6 feet apart?
We have 500,000 visitors visit the track annually, and I'm not under any delusions, and I'm going to set any attendance
I'm going to
record.
actually say that you are under delusions, sir.
What we do is we look at events that are manageable where we can social distance. Again, this is about you making money. Let's get it out there.
Do you share your profits? I ask you, racetrack owner,
with your workers? No, probably not.
With your concession stand people?
He's the type of guy that would ask his workers to take a pay cut.
Yeah.
He said the track had about 100 events in the calendar year, but now he's hoping to run 18 to 20 smaller ones.
We're all losing events.
If you wait longer, you can have one every night of the week if you want at the end of this year, and you could do 50 of them.
Think about the demand and the excitement you'll build for when you come back.
Bader plans to release the track schedule next week. Oh, great. The track schedule that nobody asked to have released except you.
Yeah.
He told me that he can't afford to wait until the government lift the corona restrictions. Trump wants some states to reopen soon, but new outbreaks continue in nursing homes and food processing plants. Obviously, I don't know when the stay-at-home order will be lifted, so just wait until you know.
Yeah.
But if I don't open this year, then I'm out of business. You will open this year. It's just going to happen later, and it's going to be different than what you think.
Yeah, why don't you wait 2 more months and see what the overall situation is?
How old do you think Bader is?
Jeez.
How old does this guy sound like he is?
He's 60.
52. He's 4 years older than us.
Idiot.
Said the track has been in the family since 1974, and then he's worked there since he was 10. So he started smoking at age 11.
Yeah.
Let's get that. To be frank, don't worry about it. You will be back.
You will be back. Just the fact that you're pushing the issue means that we all might not be back sooner than we all need to be back. You guys are cutting off your nose to spite your face. Stop doing it.
All right. Finally, I have an uplifting story. I guess.
I need an uplifting story.
I guess it's uplifting. This is a story that is so Russian, Jay, that it should be Yakov Smirnoff's closer in Branson. What a story.
I don't like it. We had a friend growing up, Lenny Mankiewicz,
and his mom,
who was a beautiful woman. She was a
Russian-American
real estate
agent.
broker.
And anytime
she was always on a big white cordless phone with the
antenna was
like
so
maybe
huge.
11 feet tall. And she would hear us joking around with Lenny. And she periodically she would pop into the kitchen and say, Lenny,
don't push the joke.
Don't push the joke over the cliff.
Don't push the joke over the cliff.
Which for us, for some reason, that has never left us. We love it so much. It feels like it's part of us. Don't push the joke over the cliff.
A Russian runner who spent 9 months training for a now canceled race tested his endurance in his home by running laps around his bed for a total distance of 62 miles. 62 miles of laps around his bed. So he never slept.
I'm sure the people in the apartment below him were happy.
He is in an apartment. I saw the picture. I saw a video of him.
In the apartment below him are happy.
Maybe he doesn't know how to use the bed. By the way, the people below us were always like, roll.
You always roll. We rolled a computer chair once.
We're not running 62 miles of laps around our goddamn bed.
So this guy running around in a closed space reminds me of the Chilean miner
who was, I guess, training for a marathon.
Trapped in a Chilean mine. There were a group of people, and he was training for a marathon. So he would run back and forth.
Yeah, kicking up mine dust into people's faces.
Good. My lungs are filled with your mine dust, so you can prepare for a marathon that none of us care if you do.
Dmitry Yakukny. Of the Primorye region said that he had been training for 9 months to compete in a 155-mile race through the desert of Morocco, but the event was postponed due to the coronavirus. Does 9 months sound too little for that? To me, that a 155-mile race, you should be
so a super
10
marathon,
years working.
Super marathon is 100 miles.
100 miles. And that's something you should train for like 2 years. If someone's like, I've been training for 2 years to run a super marathon, you're like, is that enough? You should be training for 5 years at minimum to race 155 miles.
So this guy's like, I'll run 155 miles. Just give me the amount of time it takes to make a human being.
That's right.
I can make a baby.
That's right. At minimum. So 155 was I guess, was he disappointed that he only did 62 miles around his bed?
Yeah, because 155 was the goal, and that was the original amount that he was really training for. Is 62 like you work your way up to 155?
I don't know.
Is this just the warm up?
Maybe that was like
the half
like the
marathon
half day
on your way to getting up?
Not even
to
a half. It's less than half.
third.
Yakuckney said that he decided to keep his skills sharp while in COVID-19 lockdown and ran laps around his bed for a total of 62 miles, tracking his progress with a fitness bracelet. And you know that was a fitness bracelet.
Yeah,
that was not a
Fitbit.
Fitbit.
It's not an Apple Watch.
That is a bracelet that was given to him
like a gold bracelet
by his childhood sweetheart.
Yes.
At a 100-mile super marathon in Siberia. That's what she probably gave it to him.
She gave him that bracelet at 100.
Yakuckney, who gave hourly updates via Instagram live videos, said the run took 10 hours and 19 minutes. Who is watching this? Who stayed
I
through
want
the
to
whole
see
thing?
the one person who
Even
stayed
his
through.
girlfriend or boyfriend would be like, I can't, I love you.
I'll log in now and I'll see you in 8 hours.
I love you, Yakuckney, but I can't,
It's like the C-SPAN of Instagram
God.
Live. Like, I don't even think Instagram Live, probably after like 4 hours.
We
is
should have
like,
followed that
We're
Instagram
not even
Live.
going to put any more of this up. He thinks it's going on, but right now this isn't going on Instagram.
It's a guy running around his bed for 10 and a half hours.
Was his phone plugged in as he was on Instagram
I
Live?
don't know.
It had to be charging.
Like, I wish we would have commented on it.
I wish I would have stayed and watched the whole thing. Said a couple of positive.
Who thinks this would be a good Instagram Live? Only a Russian. And it was an apartment.
Look, it might be a good Instagram Live for other Russians.
Yeah.
It is not a good Instagram Live for us.
Is he running in place while he's peeing?
That's a good question. Or
It's like a
is
guy
he wearing a diaper?
It's like a guy climbing a step ladder to
Saying, "I'm
approximate
climbing Mount
Mount
Everest."
Everest. I'm gonna make it up there. I'm up. It's so
I'm on the stair climber.
goddamn Russian.
That you're talking about a Nordic track,
Yeah.
mountain climber thing. What was the thing that used to be called?
Stairmaster.
Stairmaster.
Like, there are things that happen in Russia that the rest of the world can't conceive of.
Yes.
Like, I'll bet you right now, and I have no proof whatsoever, but I'll bet you that there is more than one person living in Moscow in a small apartment, sharing an apartment with and having sex with a grizzly bear. I'm willing to say that is happening right now.
With no heat on. Like no heat in their apartment. And they're eating borscht, both of them. The fact that borscht is a dish should tell you all you need to know.
Right. Borscht is like
But they're still hanging on to
borscht is
borscht.
like we can't think of anything else.
Like we had gruel a long time ago too. We don't do it anymore.
We could phase that out.
We've phased that out.
And people are like, well, this is what you're gonna get. You get borscht. Borscht means like you don't get. It's like you don't get bupkis. You don't get borscht.
Borscht, to me, there should be an updated version, and it's like grape juice, or it's like tastes good, or it's like, like
It's just beet based.
right, a beet juice mixed with something sweet.
Can't do it.
Sweet beets.
Sweet beets. Sweet beets. Sweet beets should be a Russian DJ
Sweet beets.
who only DJs and serves borscht while she DJs.
Yes.
Sweet beets. There you go.
Someone do that, please.
That is a show. Guys, go punch a waterfall, then go punch a water faucet, then go wash your hands. Stay socially distanced, but stay socially connected. We love you guys. We're going to keep doing this show.
Stay
as long as we
connected.
can.
Don't get infected. That's what we have
That's
to
what we say, and we will see you tomorrow.
La ti da, la ti da ti da ti da, la ti da da.